Hello, welcome to the stream. My name is UO Little Man OU, or you could just call me Little Man for short. And this is my solo survival Minecraft hardcore let's play. Currently, we are finishing up on our pillars. It took us quite some time, but we actually got into starting them. Honestly, I wasn't really in the mood to starting them. Most of my day went into cooking all day, really. 'Cause we was making. Stay back. Be damned. Anyways, most of the day, most of the day went into cooking. We made chicken tacos, and then after the tacos, we also made some soup. And yeah, honestly, I'm pretty satisfied. At first, I wasn't expecting it to actually be pleasant or even well, but it honestly tastes pretty good. But I mean, obviously, that's just me not really being confident. I mean, I'm confident in many other aspects, but even in cooking, but I guess I'm just not huge on that. But I am satisfied with how it came out. But yeah, currently we are building our pillars, and before we continue, I do want to start streaming on TikTok. I noticed, sadly, I went from 101 follows to 100 follows. So sadly, we lost a good one. But that's okay, because we have room to make more. So feel free to follow that TikTok. Anyways, yeah. So before we do get into it, we're gonna pull up our R stream. And where's my Twitch? Boom. Anyways, hope everyone's staying hydrated. I hope everyone ate, and I hope everyone's having a good day. We're about to start something new. Oh, honestly, I did not see that two separate people texted. Ooh. Honestly, I just started live streaming and I'm here. um, but my Discord, here I got you. But hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Give me a quick second. Let me just drop my Discord real quick. My bad. It's quite literally just my name. I am going to be working on building a Discord server regarding my Twitch and everything like that. But for right now, I'm just trying to focus on just streaming, getting my content out there, get a few more people interested in it, and then go from there. But yeah, for the time being, give me a quick second. Let me just set up my TikTok so that we can do this. And we're going live. All right. Hopefully we get off to a good start. So, but I do want to I do want to focus on making like a Discord server dedicated to all of my builds. However, the only issue about that would be the fact that, jeez, all that noise. Anyways, the only issue about that would just be the fact that, obviously I used to play on Realms, and all the work that I put on those servers I don't have on this Xbox, let alone the previous Xbox that I used to play on. So pretty much all of the work that I did have saved, all the content that I did have initially on this Xbox as well as my old one, it all was deleted. Sadly, it wasn't by me. Because if it was by me, at least I would have known what to keep, what to delete. It was actually by Microsoft, or Xbox technically. When they came out with the new feature to whereas after a certain amount of time, that's when your screenshots and stuff pretty much gets deleted, which honestly, it makes sense to an extent because obviously, I mean, after you take a screenshot, you're going to completely forget about that screenshot after some time. However, even then, I don't feel like they have the right to just up and delete your stuff. The least they could have done was updated it to whereas you could have made that decision whether or not, oh yeah, after 30 days delete my stuff, or oh, after 14 days delete my stuff. Because then at least you know that you could have took a screenshot or a video of whatever you're making and then real quick just download it. Because I mean, that's what I do for all of my stuff now ever since that update. I try to download everything because I lost a good handful of my content. Got to the point where I was like, there's no genuine point in even trying to continue with making content because everything was already deleted. However, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Even though you may have lost everything, just start again because you never know. Also, hello, welcome to the stream. We're currently building my bank. We're almost done, actually. Well, pause. We're not almost done. It is acting stupid. Yeah, hold on. That's gonna happen. Do-do-do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Anyways, so getting back to it. Gonna have to reset my TikTok stream. It's acting bonkers. Actually, I could just do it now because it's not even that big of a deal. We just started streaming not too long ago. Now it acts like it has sense. Oh dang, Vortex. I did not know you were still here. Give me a quick second. Let me just pull it up real quick and then I could add you. Speaking of Claire, have you ever played Expedition 33 Claire Obscured? Okay, so we want every single pillar to look exactly like this and be 17 tall. Yeah, it's gonna take a quick second because my Discord is kind of different. Honestly, I prefer using the one on my phone, not the one on my computer, but yeah, it is what it is. I think I found you. Okay. Boom, you are added. Ah. Now that I see what's in your bio, that you're a graphic designer and everything like that, I'm already letting you know right now, I'm not with none of that graphic designer nonsense. Everything on my account made by me, so by all means, I do appreciate it if you want to supposedly show me your work, but I'm not that guy. All right, I'm not gonna be looking at your work. Okay, I'm just here just for fun. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that you will take the time out of your day to show me what could be mine and what could be the potential of where my channel could go. But I'm letting you know off rip. I'm just gonna go with the potential that I feel like I have. And that's not to knock your work and say, oh, you're bad at X, Y, and Z. Honestly, I could care less what you do. You could be working for the city throwing away garbage. At the end of the day, I'm just satisfied with my work. It's nothing against you. It's just something that I'm not going to invest my time into. Where is my bed? Hello, skeleton. Not to mention, I mean, technically speaking, they're not the first person to try to get me into their like digital content. By all means, I actually think that is pretty cool, but it's not really my cup of tea. See, here they are. They just blew my DMs up with all their content. And by all means, like I said, I do really like it. I do really appreciate it. I think it's an amazing thing and an amazing feature. But that's an amazing feature for somebody else, because this is my personal content. I'm not worried about you showing me all your work and advertising. If I wanted to see your work, I would have turned on the TV and looked for a couple ads. I'm not interested. I could have went to a billboard and looked for this. I'm like, by all means, I don't want nobody trying to waste their breath or opportunity trying to show me their work. Obviously, I'm not saying that you can't show me your work. I'm just saying the obvious that your work just not it's not for me. Like there's plenty of other fish in the sea that you could check up on and express that you make firework. Firework. Yeah. But I'm not one of those people. Like I am completely grateful. However, you're not the first person, you're not going to be the last person. And it's merely just the fact that all my content is made directly from me, whether it's my bad. Anyways, whether it's just the whole, like for example, my profile picture. Um, I'm not gonna say that's made by me. I used AI when I did that, and that was because while I was at work, I used a AI filter on myself while I was walking, and boom, that was what came out. And honestly, I like that. So ever since then, that became my little profile picture. And sure, yes, I used AI for it, but I am satisfied with what the AI gave me. And sure, I mean, I was comfortable using what I already had because at the time I was using a picture of a character by the name of Adam Taurus from one of my favorite animes, Ruby. However, I felt like I kind of outgrew it, plus copyright. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have a mind. However, even then, I never asked permission, so I'd rather be more respectful about the situation and just go about it my way. But yeah, I gotta turn my nonsense on. Hold on. Okay, hopefully this works without bugging up, because this whole time it's been bugging. Alright, let's see how this goes. I sound terrible. Okay. But yeah, so I will say, and I repeat, no matter any circumstances, I do not want to see your art. By all means, by all means, I am an artist myself. I do love content. I love all types of stuff. However, I'm not about to sit here and talk to someone who's trying to promote and show me the fact that, oh yeah, I make art for streamers. You should definitely come check it out, and you should definitely do a subscription or take interest in the content that I make and see if you want to potentially be what's called someone interested. Because by all means, I do completely congratulate people for their hard work. By all means, I'm not sure if it actually is their work. However, even if it is or isn't, still show some sort of support. And the fact that I show support, but I speak up and I establish, oh, I'm not interested. It's kind of crazy that I still get a whole bunch of people who are still trying to show me their work. And if it's not a bot trying to say, oh yeah, go here to get more views, then it's somebody coming into my stream saying, oh yeah, I make art for streamers. If you'd like to come see it, come check it out, potentially be a buyer. Because I'm letting you know right now, you are not getting a single penny out of me. And I stand by that. I'd I stand by that. I'd rather do my own hard work, even if it's trash, even if it's the worst thing I've ever made. At least I know that it's authentic, and that I made it. I'm not about to be sending somebody else money to do something that I could do for my own self. Especially when it comes to streaming. Like, pay somebody to edit my videos. There's no point. I can always edit my own stuff. I just choose not to. Because obviously, there's several different aspects of the stuff that I do in my stream. Plus, I'm always talking. I do admit that there are certain sections where I do stop talking, and yeah, I could edit all that out. But obviously, I try not to. Hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'm not trying to come off as rude or hostile by saying like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to collab with you. I don't want to see X, Y, and Z." It's merely the fact that I'm not that kind of person to want to see that stuff because I already make my own work. Just my banner and profile picture alone. I made that nonsense. Well, I didn't make the profile picture. That was AI, but the banner, that was an actual picture that I took back when my camera used to work. Now it doesn't, but it's still a beautiful picture. But yeah, I honestly need to start um, getting more trees. Or some saplings. Yeah, you're there. Okay. Hello. Thank you for the follow, and thank you everybody for viewing and everything like that. If you feel free, if you feel like it, go on ahead and follow or like or don't. Your choice. I appreciate anything. I'm just here really. But we're back up to I think 101 followers now. We were at 101, but somebody stopped following. Honestly, I don't know who. And I ain't about to do a whole witch hunt and figure out. Obviously, they unfollowed for a reason, and that's okay. That's life. And when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Alright, let's get up out of here. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Here we go. But yeah, oh wait. I can build my, all my trees over here on this side. Now, I was thinking it could be a possibility that I should start planting a few spruce trees around the location, because obviously all of the builds that I'm making focuses on spruce. However, I'm not going to do it yet. I think I want to focus on building the trails first, because there's going to be a trail over there, a trail heading this way, a trail going there, a trail going past that. So I want to at least focus on getting all this other stuff done and then going from there. But yeah, for now we're just gonna start planting some trees. Right here should be fine. Crazy hot take. I'm pretty sure I explained it before. Probably not. But I am not a huge fan of the copper golems. And I know it's crazy to say, but the only reason I'm not a huge fan of copper golems is for the simple fact, boom, as we all currently know right now, copper golems obviously organize your stuff. My whole thing is, before copper golems, we literally had item sorters. Like, we literally had machinery that did all of the sorting for us. So why would I care to have a copper golem work for me and get all that stuff set up and situated if I can already have it automatically done? Now, what I will say, obviously, I do understand that copper golems are more or less kind of like uh early, like obviously that's early game, new game, not late game. I mean, obviously late game people do use them, and obviously they do have a purpose. However, if I know that I'm gonna automatically have a auto sorter, why would I spend time trying to get a copper golem? Anyways, but that's just my hot take. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of copper golems. I don't think I ever will be. Obviously, I will get a few. Honestly, I had a brain fart. I forgot what I was doing, but I remember if I could find it. I was saying it, buddy. And we could use all this dirt. But yeah, um, let's see what another hot take could be. And mind you, it's okay if my hot takes to you would be considered bad or stupid or trash. Obviously, it's my own personal hot take. I mean, if you have a hot take, by all means, I'm listening. Like, for example, someone said powdered snow was the worst addition that they added to Minecraft. I heavily disagree with that. Because, I mean, there's a whole bunch of unique. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of unique things you could do with that. Whether it's like secret bases, traps, um, I mean, the list could really go on. only useless thing I think would the only useless thing I would say in this game would possibly be just the dragon egg. I won't say it's useless as in um let's see. I won't say it's useless as in like, oh, it has no sentimental value or any purpose, but useless as in it doesn't do anything. You got mods to whereas you could turn the dragon egg into an actual dragon that you could ride. Yeah, I was gonna make that. But it's merely just the fact that like the small stuff in this game really does matter. Like even then, a lot of people are speculating and saying, "Oh, is there gonna be an end update?" And honestly speaking, I do hope so. But if not, I mean, it's not really gonna bother me because there hasn't even been an update for the end in forever. I mean, Terraria gets more updates than this. Plus, Terraria plans to come out with theirs in a few. Oh, pause. Let me rephrase that. Terraria was getting more updates back then, but they are coming out with a new one in a few. Now I just gotta wait for all of this to grow. I don't think I have a bed nearby. Yeah, man. Oh, wait. I don't have to do that. Good amount of views, you know. But yeah, from afar, obviously everything looks nice. It's crazy that my church did burn though. But obviously, we fixed it. And I'm glad that like people could actually hear me quite thoroughly through this. Because the whole time I honestly didn't even know that they was able to hear me properly. But for the meantime, I think I could walk away from these trees and let them grow while I do a little bit of a showcase. So, coming all the way over here to the center. See, that tree. Dang, two trees out of here. Yeah, it's just waiting for me to disappear. Alright, so obviously here's the center. Yeah, nothing too serious, but it is here. My very first build, technically speaking, my very first build was the one over there. However, I don't live over there. And technically speaking, the only thing I really do is just visit there just so I could set certain things up. But my first build regarding my village was this one. And obviously, I like it. It's small. It's not really supposed to be anything serious. And you, my bad. I heard a zombie. But it's not supposed to be anything serious. It was just something quick and small, simple. Um, got a villager here. They sell thorns. A villager here. They sell mending. Honestly, it was just something quick, just to get stuff out of the way. The mending villager was first. I know that much. And then after that, I proceeded to get the thorns villager because I could not get thorns on my armor to save my life. Then my second build was this one. Obviously, I added more details to it later down the line. I still do need to add more details to it, and I usually add details off stream so that it's not taking up too much of the time. But if we come inside, obviously empty. And I mean, obviously, I'm still working on it, so don't worry about all that. But yeah, pretty simple. And then come up here. They had an iron golem, but then the iron golem died, I believe. A skeleton killed it. But yeah, they be working hard out here. And then we could go to the third build. So my third build was these stables right here. Got horses. That was my first horse. And yeah, I mean, I like how I textured the ground too. I need to do that a lot more often. And then this is how the interior looks. And then this was supposed to be more or less like a bedroom. However, I don't really want to do that right now. I was gonna put farmers up here. And then if we come all the way over here, this is our fourth build. Yeah, more trees are growing. That's beautiful. This is our fourth build. And you might be like, oh, well, how'd you jump from these small to medium builds to this massive build? Well, honestly, I don't know. And I don't know why I chose to build it. However, what I do know is I was motivated. And you should be motivated too to follow, like, subscribe, or whatever. You don't have to, though. It would just be nice. So yeah. Honestly, when I did initially build this, I built this in a creative world. So I copied my seed, came to this same location. I built like similar builds like this around just so that I know what I was building. But right after I built this, and this is pretty much just a giant church. It did get burnt down once. It got struck by lightning over here on this side, and ever since then, I had to fix it. My English is kind of bad when I'm sleepy. Anyways, I had to fix it. But yeah. Honestly, it's not bad. I gotta fix that though. This was supposed to be more or less like a storage section, but I decided to go against it. This was supposed to be the armor racks for all the armor sets. However, because we have a new armor set, kind of ruined this whole thing. Because not only do you have leather, diamond, netherite, gold, iron, chainmail, and now you got copper. But what I was gonna do was just put netherite, diamond, uh, iron, gold, and then leather, and just call it a day. And then everything else, like special or unique ones, like um, what's called chainmail armor, and then um, technically the OP set, which is like leather boots, gold pants, the elytra, and then a turtle helmet. And on this side it's the same thing. However, I just never put a whole full set. And then coming up here, this is the next floor, second floor. It's pretty empty up here as well. Honestly, I don't know what I should fill these rooms up with. That's why most of the rooms in most of my builds are always empty. Um, I am thinking potentially just start adding like shops and brewing stands and just make a whole bunch of have like either a whole bunch of clerics, or if not clerics, just have like small little shops to whereas we could have something that comes off as like a business area. However, because it's a church, I don't want it to come off as like money hungry or anything like that. And then if we come up here, this is where, in my opinion, most of the homeless villagers reside. And there's always the sections here so that they could get food whenever they're hungry, as well as clothes if they ever need something to put on. Let me pause. What? How did they get out? Yeah, you must not be one of them. Okay. Ah, says my thing might freeze. Yeah, well, let's turn that AC on. Cool this fan off. But yeah, honestly, we're just really waiting for the trees to grow over there at the top right. We're about to start chopping those down and then get into finishing up building what we had to build. This ain't gonna be a long stream because obviously, sadly, I got a life. Nah, that ain't sadly. Obviously, I got a life. But yeah. Uh, but for the time being, we're just gonna, you know, stream, cut down those trees, finish building this bank over here. Honestly, I'm actually pretty satisfied with how it looks. I completely forgot that I had to build that one. But yeah, set everything else up, and then we should be on to the next stage. Because all I'd have to do is just build the interior, because I have enough room. Um, and then after the interior, just build the roof, and then build some beacons. I'm going to build 9 times out of 10 of like a four head beacon. Because if we come over here, oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, I should make a six head beacon. When I refer to it as head, I mean like how many beacons by themselves, not the whole thing. But hold on, let me make sure there's nothing That's a creeper, but he's cool. He's chilling. So regarding beacons, I think only one I'd probably use would be just the speed, resistance, jump boost, and regeneration. So yeah, I'd most definitely make it a 4. Do I have a pro stasis chamber or chunk loader? No, I do not. Currently we are in Bedrock, and I do know that whenever I leave out of certain chunks, that stuff just doesn't work. I've tried it before on my creative worlds, but I'm not completely sure if my render distance just has to be higher. Because I always max out my render distance to the highest, to the highest I could get it. And what I will say, I have tried a few other things, but I never tried stasis chambers as much, just because I know that it doesn't really work for me. Now regarding chunk loaders, I don't know how to do that either. So I do know how to do the stasis chamber, but regarding chunk loaders, I looked online. I still have yet to figure out how to actually make one. And I mean, I have my own creative world, so I could like set it up and try to figure it out. But honestly, I'm not really that tempted. Only thing that I've done really in this world is just duplicate, but I'm not duplicating just to ruin the game for myself, because honestly, I feel as though duplicating on realms defeats the purpose of actually playing it. I duplicated my solo world, but that's simply because I just like building a lot, and I don't feel like constantly chopping down trees or searching everywhere just for certain things. Let's see. Yeah, I've been trying to get one. I'm on Bedrock as well. Yeah, I mean, I do know for stasis chambers, regarding like realms, if you throw your ender pearl inside of a stasis chamber and leave out whoever's in that chunk, they could either manually pull it, or if you have it on a sensor, then it automatically goes off if someone's in that chunk. And what else? The hopper method is broken. Yeah, it's broken. I mainly used it for my XP. I never used it to duplicate. Honestly, I use a different duplication method, which is just you collect all your items, throw as much of the stuff inside of a end portal, and then as soon as you get done, pretend like you're about to break a block for roughly like maybe 10 seconds, or however close you could get it to breaking the block, and then you just force quit, and then everything will appear in your inventory, but then it'll also appear on the other side of the portal. Hopefully I explained that right. Hold on, let me just re-explain it one more time. Hello, thank you for the likes. But pretty much, you just go to another portal with all your stuff, throw it through the portal, start mining and breaking a block, preferably cobblestone, and then once it gets close to breaking, just force quit. And when you load your game back up, everything should still be in your inventory from when you try to throw it away. And when you go through the portal, everything should be on the other side on the floor. And you just pick it up, and boom, that's duplicating. But I personally do that duplication just so that I could build. I mean, obviously I do admit, I mean, I've duplicated for other stuff too. As you can see, I have a stack of enchanted golden apples. So I'm not trying to act like, oh, yeah, I only use it for building, because I've done it for other things. However, I primarily just duplicate just so I could build more, because I don't really feel like constantly going everywhere just to do the same thing that I'm already doing. Yeah, you can find a few tutorials on YouTube. Um, and I would link it. However, I know if I try to link it, my let's go, phone's gonna start acting stupid with this whole Twitch and TikTok thing, because I'm live streaming on both right now. I'm live streaming on Twitch, but I'm also live streaming on TikTok, and I'm using my phone for TikTok. Also, hello, thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated. But yeah, um, my Twitch is pretty much the same as my TikTok. Capital U, lowercase o, underscore LIL, underscore MAN, underscore OU. It's literally, quite literally, the same as my TikTok. So hopefully you find it. Yeah. I mean, it also has the same profile picture and everything, so hopefully it's not hard to find. Because I think I'm the only one with this name. The crazy thing, my bad, English. The craziest thing about my name, it was actually supposed to be XX, Little Man XX. However, at the time when I was like maybe 5 or 6 years old, getting my account made by my father, that name was already took, and so if we changed it from XX to XO, that was already took as well. So then we decided to just change it, and we made my user as UO, Little Man OU. And it was technically supposed to look like it was, so the O's are obviously supposed to look like full O's, but the U's were supposed to look like O's cut in half in a way. However, I mean, getting older, a whole bunch of new memes came out, like that whole uwu meme, and people went from calling me UO Little Man to uwu Little Man, and it was at first it was annoying, but honestly I got used to it. I honestly thought it was humorous. Oh, something built. Yep. Okay, I feel. Hello, hello. Welcome to the hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I love the name by itself. I mean, I do plan to keep my username as is, UO Little Man OU, just for the simple fact. I mean, my father was the one who gave it to me when I was pretty much still a baby. And sure, obviously, I'm a young adult, still being called Little Man, but honestly, it's something special to me. I'm not saying it's special to me as in like my father passed away. Nah, he's healthy. He's still good. It's just the fact that like I want something personal to me, if that makes sense. But yeah. Now, what I will say, Halloween is right around the corner, so I do wonder what everybody is dressing up for. Dressing up as, my bad, dressing up as. Um, Honestly, I do dress up as the same thing every year. I do want to switch it up, however, I mean, obviously I'm getting older, so it's getting to that point where I'm not really interested in trying to dress up like that anymore. So I do just dress up as Spider-Man, and not like Peter Parker, but Miles Morales. Um, honestly, I do like dressing up for Halloween, especially because like at my job, that was crazy lag spike right there. Anyways, but at my job, I was walking around in my outfit, and this little girl, she saw me, and mind you, she speaks Spanish, so she was like El Spider, and that alone was pretty cute to me. I thought that was like that stood out, cause obviously I'm Spider Man, and like the father, he was happy. Yeah, he actually what's called caught me off guard, cause one day I was working and he saw me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I liked your outfit," and I'm sitting there confused. I'm like, "What outfit?" Probably just do a cookout with the fam. We don't really celebrate. It's okay, okay, okay. And well, no worries. I mean, obviously, I mean, not everybody celebrates holidays. I mean, dang. Ah, anyway, but yeah, not everybody celebrates holidays. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of celebrating a few holidays. Like, I mean, I do celebrate Christmas, but not really for the whole presents and stuff like that. I celebrate it just because it's the birthday of Christ. But I mean, I do enjoy celebrating it, being around family and everything like that. I mean, Thanksgiving, I don't really celebrate it or have any much to be thankful for. I do obviously find something to be thankful for. 'Cause like at the end of the day, I mean, I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful I'm alive. I'm thankful I made friends and have family, but even then, I mean, I'm not really as thankful for anything nowadays. I mean, obviously, I'm just trying to make it one day at a time. Amen, amen. I ain't trying to be no preacher or drop no gospel on no one. I always try to. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Oh, there we go. I ain't trying to be preaching or drop no gospel. I always say that on my streams because I don't want nobody getting the wrong ideas. Yeah, and I don't celebrate Easter either. I mean, I'll set it up so that my little brother could have something to do. But other than that, I'm not that type of person. Did I already mess this up? Yes, I did. But yeah, I mean, I completely enjoy all types of holidays. Like back then, it literally took me, I think, like 19 years before I celebrated Halloween because when I was younger, my mother always believed that Halloween was like the devil's holiday and that Halloween was an evil holiday and to never celebrate it. And mind you, I don't celebrate Halloween at all. I'm not like a huge Halloween fan. It's cool. However, as a kid at the time, since I never really celebrated it, I never really found the hype in it. I mean, sure, I got candy here and there, but I wasn't the type of kid to be going out trick or treating. Especially because at the time they were also talking about how people were putting what's called sharp objects inside of candy and stuff like that, and pills and drugs and other types of nonsense. Yeah, I feel you. As you get older, the Halloween days get different. Yeah, most definitely. Like, I mean, you go from enjoying the holiday to planning the holiday, or like enjoying the food to having to cook the food and then do the dishes right after. uh, that's crazy. That's why I said I don't like it earlier. My parents were the same. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I do kind of understand it though, cause like, I mean, in a way, it does kind of seem demonic. Except I feel like if you don't take it under that context, 9 times out of 10, it ain't even like that. And there might be more behind it. However, I mean, obviously being told all your life, oh well, yeah, it's bad. Don't You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. It gets to a point where it's like, honestly, you don't even want to celebrate it or do anything regarding it. Yeah. And I still gotta post, I think, one or two more of my streams on my YouTube, and then I'll be technically back up to date. I saw a video, somebody posted like 8 videos. He was like, he posts 8 videos every single day just so that he could reach more of his algorithm. And honestly, that alone was more inspiring. Cause wow, and my bot did not do anything. Well, my moderation did not do anything. Hold on. And we are banning you. Thank you for stopping by. Anyways, that's besides the point. But getting back on track. But somebody, he said that he posted 8 videos every single day. Which was, I think he said, like, he posted, I think, over 1,015 episodes a month. And, like, he got a decent amount of followers and stuff like that. And honestly, I think that's pretty inspiring. Just in itself, because, I mean, me, I post, but I'm not posting, like, every single day. I do try to post every single day, but I'm not really getting to that. I'm not really getting to that yet. Hold on, gotta confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4. But not only am I not getting to that section yet, but obviously, like, even if I did want to record and post like 8 videos a day, I kind of want to either break my stuff up into sections. Like, obviously, I do know that with my streams, I stream a lot. So the least I could do is possibly do like 30-minute streams and just upload those 30-minute streams onto my YouTube, but just continuously stream so that there's even more content from where you left off. But I'm just not really huge on doing this. Obviously, I'm huge on doing it now, but that's because a lot of my friends inspired me, especially my girlfriend. But honestly, it takes time. And it's tiring, obviously. And the worst part about this, well, I gotta sacrifice something, because December is on the way, and me and a few of my co-workers, we plan to we not really quit in a way, but obviously we are working hard at our current job. However, how we're getting paid, it's not really enough. And I do agree, because I mean, I barely get paid to handle all my bills as is. I mean, I'll be more specific. I get paid enough to handle my bills. However, I have a lot of bills. I have more bills than you'd expect. So, and no, that ain't me complaining or anything. Obviously, I mean, I gotta bite the bullet. Bite the bullet is my bills, so I don't really care. But it's merely just the fact that, like, hold on, I could have sworn there's some more saplings. Yeah, there's one, and there's the second one right here. Yep. Anyways, but obviously you gotta bite the bullet. I mean, obviously I know that they are my bills, so I'm not complaining, saying, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna need some help in X, Y, and Z. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get it done. But I do know that I plan to get into trade school, because a few of my coworkers, they're gonna be taking interest in this trade school for the next, I believe, hold on, 3 months, I think. Either 3 or 4 months. And the classes are cheap. It's only 3,000 just to get in. And like literally they make you do hands-on work. And as soon as you get done, you automatically get into hello. I did not know you was in my stream. Regarding trade, I'm looking into carpentry. So I am familiar with a few things regarding like painting, flooring. I'm trying to get a little bit more into like electric work. Like I've seen a few videos regarding how to do certain things regarding electric, but I'm just not a huge fan. However, I do want to at least learn, because there's no point in being a carpentry if I'm not gonna learn how to do that. I'm sure I could just say screw it and be like, I don't have to learn it, except if I want to be a jack of all trades and know how to do everything and have experience in all fields, why not take the chance? But yeah, I'm familiar with painting, flooring, a little bit of electric work. I'm also a little bit familiar with plumbing. I mean, plumbing to me, it looks extremely easy, so by all means, I have no issue learning that. Plus, not only is the class for carpentry work, but it's also for the city. So not only are you learning how to do carpentry work, but you're also learning how to do work for the city. So it's either you get a job with whoever you'll be assigned to, or you'll just get a job with the city. Because as soon as you get out of the school, it's supposed to instantly give you a job right then and there. Only thing is, I don't want it to come off as a like oh, he didn't work for it, because you only have to do, I think, like 16, if I'm not mistaken, 16 weeks. Technically speaking, the current course that they have right now, you could do it for 8 weeks and then you could instantly get a job. However, a few of my coworkers were letting me know that it's smarter to just wait until December and do the 16th week one, because a lot of jobs would rather hire someone who has 16 weeks under their belt with actual experience versus a 8-week person, which is in a way true, because I do know in certain fields they'd rather hire someone with a lot more experience than you. Like someone could have 20 years of experience. You just hopped out with 10. My bad, you just hopped out with 1 or 2. They're going to hire the guy with 20. Obviously, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. They know who they want. I mean, sure, as a possibility, they'll give you a chance because you knew. Try something else. But obviously, if I know for a fact that it's a guarantee somebody's gonna come, be interested in me and my work after 16 weeks, I definitely go for it. My only issue though is safety. I know for a fact that I would just have to focus on like being more safe, because I know whenever I do my work, I don't really worry about my safety, for the simple fact, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get stuff done. But I do know if I do want to take this stuff seriously, safety is number one. Because especially at my job, safety is number one. So, gotta get that into my thick skull, Alright, we've been chopping trees for a good minute now. We're gonna rest real quick and then we're gonna shoot over there straight to, the bank. Over there. Obviously, that looks kind of cool. That little beam right there. Anyways, so let's go for it. And I am thirsty. So real quick. Huh? Water. Oh, never mind. My loving and caring girlfriend is gonna get me water. Yeah, she's so nice. I was gonna get it. I was about to take a quick little 30-second break, but it's cool. It's cool. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Yeah, it's cold enough. You want some? Yeah, tastes good. It's water. I know. God was making a miracle when he made water. I don't But yeah. Oh yeah, we definitely should have more than enough. Thank you. Oh, I remember what I was about to do. First, let's empty this out. I want to return and get the rest. But first, let me just make a double chest. Just drop all my spare nonsense. But yeah. Oh, that's a load of baloney. I landed that perfectly. I should not have taken any types of damage. That yeah, I should have. Okay. Oh. I did want to. It was a while back. I did say on It was on a previous stream. I wanted to build like a sewer system and just have something underneath the whole world to whereas like I could just speed through with a trident and like boom pop out right here, boom pop out right there. Um, and technically I still could do it. However, I think I'm just gonna wait. If I do decide to do it, I'm gonna make it really deep down. Because obviously I know how much I build. I don't want it to interfere with anything that I'm building right now. Oh, we did make it pretty far. We made it right there. Technically right there, I think. That's hello, welcome to the stream. And hello, welcome to my live. I hope everybody's having a good time. I hope everyone's having a good day. Obviously, please stay hydrated, you know. You need some water in your system, go on ahead and go and get some. And if you need if you need food in your system, you should go get that too. My bad, I'm all paying attention to three separate things at once. So I apologize for my ignorance when I'm moving. Well, hello there. I'm almost done streaming, I think. I don't know. But how you feeling? Alright. My apologies if y'all heard that, you know, all that smooching. I you're good, you're good. I wasn't on mute, but you good. Hey, I'm pretty sure all these other people got boyfriends and girlfriends. They probably done much worse. It's okay. It's okay. No need to be shy. That's life. You know, if God didn't want you kissing on me, He wouldn't have give you lips. Okay, this should be enough wood. And yes, that technically is a catchphrase. If anyone wants to take it, go for it. You know, I'm good at what I do. Now, for a brief moment, give me a quick second because I'm gonna go on mute. But I still will be here. All right, we're back. Fun fact: I actually learned from somebody who I used to play Minecraft with that instead of holding it to mine, hold on, wait a minute, I'm cooking. Okay, never mind. Instead of holding it, so like obviously this is me holding it, and you see it's taking some time. But if I click, it's a lot faster. But you could also do it much faster if you go at a distance. So either way it goes, if you do it the second way or the third way, they're both still really fast. I just personally prefer doing it the second way though, because not only do I do that for my mining, and that's about it. Really, just my mining, not for chopping up trees and stuff. And I don't think this whole time I was streaming I cussed, which is pretty good. I think I'm improving. I'm becoming more family friendly. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we all cuss, so I'm not gonna act like I ain't never said a few bad words here and there. Obviously, I mean I say more than just a few bad words, but I know for a fact that I don't think I've said anything bad for the past few streams, and I'm actually proud of myself for that. I consider that a huge improvement because I am trying to be more family friendly regarding my streams. Obviously, 9 times out of 10, a whole family of 5 are not about to sit here and watch me play Minecraft. However, I do at least want my stuff to be suitable for all types of content and all types of family. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna recommend somebody who's like possibly 12 or younger watching my stuff. However, by all means, if their parents feel like, oh well, yeah, his content isn't that bad, go ahead, watch it. Then by all means, go for it. Because I'm not initially attempting or aiming to cuss or say stuff that I'm not supposed to say. So obviously, yes, I am aiming to be family friendly. It's not gonna always be the case because there are gonna be games that I play that aren't family friendly. I mean, automatically speaking, sure, yes, Minecraft is family friendly in a way. However, I could walk up to that armadillo right there, kill it. That's not really family friendly. However, I tried not to cuss and all that other nonsense. So we're just gonna keep it at that, because it's always just the bare minimum. Ah, honestly, I think that, hold on, because if I'm fighting somebody, okay, then yeah. Well, if it was on PC, except I think you'd have to actually, yeah. So 9 times out of 10, it's much better if you used a vase whenever fighting somebody. So I know there's a lot of door PvP, vase PvP. Um, Obviously, I know there's a whole different, like, there's a lot of forms of PvP. I'm not huge on PvP though, but I do know, however, that if I were to get into PvP against somebody, that I know how I'd fight them and kill them. Because I always have this one method, which is wait for it to rain. And that's because tridents do increased damage to anything that is considered wet. So if another player is sitting in the water, boom, they take increased damage. if it's so much as raining, you're going to take increased damage. So I've always waited for the rain just to fight people. And if you mix that with potions, beautiful. Obviously, I do feel as though like the counterpart to the trident most definitely would be a mace. Hmm, we cooked. Now we just need a lot more of these for the top half. Okay. But so far, so good. So we need stair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. Oh wait, I need these. Oh wait, I should have just went in order because I also have to do yep. And even then, this is not enough. Okay. And you never finished Wednesday over there, ma'am. You made it. Honestly, I don't even know what episode you made it to. But it's okay. Because when you catch up, we could watch the second season. Hello, everybody. Thank you for just viewing my content. I know nobody's really staying, but and just the small stuff. As long as you at least came and looked at it. Also, I do appreciate the fact that oh, my phone is on 20%. That is crazy. We're gonna go into my phone on 10% and then we're gonna end stream there. But I will say thank you so much for everyone who is here, who committed some time to at least watching me. And I am appreciative of the fact that you went out of your way to at least follow me on Twitch. Yeah, that actually meant a lot. Um, Hopefully you got your copper cape. I'm not sure if he was just here for that, but yeah. Thank you so much for at least just pitching in, watching. Now, what else could we talk about? Let's talk about fast food. So, regarding fast food, well, I was about to say, who hasn't had McDonald's? Because, I mean, everybody should have, but I know there's going to be a few people who never had it a day in their life. But, what I will say, something that I never had, still to this day, I never had KFC, I never had Panda Express, and I never had, let's see, let me see if there's a crazy pool that I could take. I never had KFC, I never had Panda Express, and I don't think I've ever had. Uh, Honestly, I don't know what the third one would be, but I just know for those top two, KFC and Panda Express. I've had uh, I've had like Chipotle, which I mean is good, but I'm not about to say like it's worth all that. Currently I am making a bank. I can show you the rest of my builds just real quick, and I can explain as to why I'm building this bank. So the reason I'm building a bank is simply for my storage. As you can see, my inventory is just all stacked up. And before you ask about these golden apples, I duplicate. I duplicate just so that I could build more. I'm not duplicating so I could ruin the game for other people. Obviously, as you can see, this is my solo survival hardcore world. I really just duplicate just for the fun of building. Like most of these builds, I duplicated the wood and stone just so that I could properly make it. But real quick, just off the bat, this right here, I made that pretty simple, chill little house. This right here, I made, it was a blacksmith. This is a stables for all my animals. This was just another small house. This is a fisherman's house. This is a giant church. I was gonna go through all of them. Oh, unstable network. Man, please. That's besides the point. Um, I was gonna go through all of them and like show you each and every room. However, we barely even got enough time for that, especially because my phone's about to die. And I'm trying to do as much as I currently can regarding just streaming everything here. Because after my phone dies, we're probably gonna stream just a little bit longer on Twitch, and then we're gonna get off. But the reason why we are currently building a bank is for the simple fact of storage. We have enough storage, obviously, for everything else. However, I want a place dedicated to just storing all of my stuff. And what better place would there be besides a bank? Plus, in my opinion, I felt like that's the next best thing I can build, or the next best biggest thing that I could build. Because obviously, as you can see, the church is pretty big. As I mean, it's already spreading all the way down here. Honestly, I'm happy with the fact that I could stream on Twitch. I never thought I'd be able to. At first, I thought that you needed 1,000. Hello, how you doing? Move, please. Uh, at first, I thought that you would need like 1,000 followers just to stream. But I think I made it to like 90 or 80, and it said that I was able to. So yeah, ever since then we just been streaming, and with the progress that I've been making so far, I am actually pretty satisfied. I'm happy with how everything's going, especially with all the likes, all the comments, all the dedication. I will say and state, yes, I have promoted my content on TikTok, because obviously it's a whole new feature now. Plus, I mean, no one really sees your content as is, based off the fact that, I mean, you only have a five tag limit. But honestly speaking, the fact that I made it to 100 follows within just roughly, I think, 9 or 10 days. Yeah, 9 technically. It's kind of mind blowing. I got more. Okay, I thought I had to craft them. I don't know, make sure I'm okay. But yeah, we're almost done. 9 times out of 10, we're just gonna finish this last little layer, and then we're gonna log out for the night. So these trapdoors are the last layer for tonight, or at least it should be. And then afterwards, I'm gonna spend some quality time with my girl. Meaning that you guys should do the same. Spend some quality time with your loved ones. And if you ain't got any loved ones, at least spend some time with yourself, you know. Think about life. Figure out what's happening, what's going wrong. See what you can improve. Think about the dreams that you can accomplish, you know. You wake up in the morning, you do everything, except it's the same thing every single day. Try something new. You might find something you might like. I mean, like for example, wake up a little bit early, go out for a little jog. You might like that. Wake up a little early, go do a little bit of volleyball. You might like that. I know I like volleyball. I mean, who doesn't? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Alright, it can even be like you don't even have to get up and get out the house. You could wake up, do a few little calisthenics, or wake up, you know. I mean, just get up and enjoy weather. You could sit outside on your front porch or something. And I ain't trying to sound like David Goggins talking about, oh, who's gonna be there to lift the boats and the logs and stuff. Nah, just enjoy life, you know. I mean, that's all we can do, really. You know, if you ain't got nobody to inspire you, let me inspire you, you know. Some days I'm gonna be down, but just 'cause I'm down doesn't mean that I stop working. Go and get inspired. You don't feel like getting out of bed? Well, that's too bad. Some people can't get out of bed, but you can, so come on. You feel me? Come on. You gotta try something, okay? Like some people don't know how to cook. Well, guess what? You're going to learn how to cook. You're gonna be the best version of yourself. And yes, the best version of yourself will take time. So don't just assume that, oh, you're gonna immediately be the best version of yourself. No, it don't work like that. Because I'm not the best version of myself. I act like I am, but I know I'm not. I'm not perfect. And I admit, I put on to act like I am. But I know deep down I'm not perfect. And if even if someone were to ask me, I'll speak up, I'll let it be known. I'm not perfect. But that doesn't mean I won't stop till I am. And guess what? I never will be. But that just gives me more the motivation to know that, hey, that's a reason to keep trying. That's a reason to keep pushing. There's more to life than just X, Y, and Z. For example, the streaming stuff. I'm not perfect. I ain't got nobody editing my videos. I ain't got nobody supporting me. Well, I mean, I got my girlfriend supporting me, but what I mean is like I don't have nobody in my corner helping me with X, Y, and Z and setting up these videos. It's all off the top of my head. I'm going with the flow. You shouldn't really postpone yourself because you don't have the stuff. or you can't do the stuff. You could be a streamer right now. You got a phone, you're watching me. Go on ahead, you could quite easily get up, go outside, and start streaming on your phone. Do it on Twitch though, obviously. I mean, you could possibly do it here on TikTok, but obviously, we ain't worried about that. We worried about, obviously, the general message. So yeah, obviously, the whole quote, when life gives you melons, what, not melons, my bad. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Speaking of lemonade, I am quite thirsty. I'm thinking about making some lemonade too. I just drank a whole bunch of water, but I like me a little something sour. Honestly speaking, I do question what is everyone's favorite lemonade, because I know for a fact, like, there's a whole bunch. There's pink lemonade, strawberry lemonade, regular lemonade. I think there's mango and peach, and there's lemonade mixed with tea. It's a whole bunch of lemonades out there. Or honestly, I had a brain fart. I forgot all the other one. But like, I really like lemonade. Even the lemonade candy. I like lemonade candy. Maybe it's just the fact that I like sour stuff, because literally, whenever we go to like uh, I don't want to sound wrong when I say this, but whenever we go to Mexican restaurants to like get some food, obviously, I get something simple, something light, like maybe 3, 4 tacos. Um, except they always give what is it? They always give limes, because you're supposed to squirt the limes onto the stuff so that it enhances the flavor, or at least like the sauces and all that other stuff. But me, nah, I don't really do all that. I'll eat everything, save the limes and save the limes for the end, and then I will literally bite into the lime and rip it out of the pill, and I'll just eat it. And honestly, it tastes pretty good. I mean, my sister, she always thought I was crazy for doing that, because she felt as though like that stuff is too sour. I, I honestly, I disagree. I mean, I think it's just right. But yeah, my phone still has yet to tell me that it's on 10%. So, and I ain't trying to speak it into existence. However, I am waiting for it to hop onto 10% so I could say goodbye to my TikTok, because we're just gonna be streaming for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes on Twitch, and then we're gonna call it a day. Because obviously I need my phone to be charged. And I'll be posting a little bit more about this bank that I'm building uh, on my TikTok, because I want to at least show off the progress that we made. Oops. And obviously I know it's not really gonna matter. However, to me it matters. I'm gonna try one without jumping. Okay, never again. Here, hold on. Let's try one more time. Yeah, there's a reason we stopped jumping. Okay. And the thing is, we still do need to get to the top of these anyway so that we can make them as tall as that. And these are going to be stretching all around the bank. So yeah, this is quite the episode. Okay, that might save me a little bit of time. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're just finishing up building our bank. Well, not really the bank itself, but some pillars for the bank. Oof. If this was a speed run, I would have already messed it up. Beautiful. Oh gosh. Okay, okay. We over here trying to hit trick shots and trying to do a 180 from one side to the other. Nah, okay. Okay, okay. That was something, that was something. Okay, we already messed it up. And we was on the roll too. Well, obviously, my phone's not gonna die. Honestly, I'm waiting for it to die. Let's check our armor. We're pretty good, okay. Our tools may need a little bit of repairing though, because all I've been doing is just chopping wood. But it's kind of crazy, we already made it all the way back here. We do not care about our legs. Okay, we're just gonna do this one then. And that should be everything for now, I think. One, two, three. Yeah, it was 3. And there was supposed to be stone at the corners, but obviously no stone in my inventory. Ain't that beautiful? Yeah, man. And I will say this, it's okay to lose friends. Yeah, it's okay for someone to not want to be your friend. Hold on, gotta get in there. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Alright. So far, I think we're gonna end stream here, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Obviously, I feel like we did quite a lot of progress, and we're gonna touch back up on it and start working on the second half of it regarding the middle pillar and then the top half of it, because I want everything to be done so I can start working on the actual build, which will be in the middle. I do need to figure out how far away from these poles I want it to be. So for the time being, obviously I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Obviously there will be more in the future. If not tomorrow morning, obviously tomorrow night. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the views, for the likes, for the comments, the follows, the subscribes, everything, you know. Obviously it means the world to me. Feel free to obviously follow, like. More of my content is on my YouTube, and my YouTube also can redirect you to my Twitch. So yeah, thank you everybody. Love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.